We are going to be hitting some bombs today. When I was not hitting bombs, my confidence was low, my self-esteem was low. Oftentimes I wouldn't want to get out of bed. And so when I started hitting bombs, my confidence shot back up, my testosterone came back, my overall attractiveness increased. And so I'm gonna have a driver to hit cute cuts in the fairway and to hit bombs. Hitting bombs, hitting bombs. Got to 125.1 club head speed last night. I haven't done that, I think, in my life.
Hitting bombs, baby. That's been his goal in the last few years of his 40s. But now, of course, birthday today, moving into his 50s, guys. What do you think his mantra should be for the next decade, Paige?
Well, I mean, hitting bombs are great, but you know what's even better than hitting bombs is making bombs. And I think that should be his mantra moving forward, because we do know that with Phil's putting goes the rest of his game. You can look at such a direct correlation with great putting years being successful years for Phil Mickelson and vice versa when he's not putting well. So I think making bombs should be his next step moving forward.
Making bombs is exactly right. And also, more importantly, making the short kick-ins that he's prone to struggling with at times, the 5, 6, 7 footers that he occasionally misses. You know, he's a fantastic putter, always has been, but he does miss just enough to get your attention every time he stands over an important one. But yeah, that putter stays hot, and he's contending well into his 50s.
You know, guys, hitting bombs looks good on a bumper sticker, maybe on a T-shirt, but how about hitting fairways? He's 183rd in driving accuracy, and you might say, well, he's never really been that straight. But I want to take you back to 2004 when he won that Masters. Part of the reason was because he started to develop an off-speed pitch. It wasn't everything 100% full throttle all the time. Phil Mickelson found more fairways and started to win major championships. He was very aggressive early in his career, still aggressive late, trying to keep up with the kids off the tee. Don't need it. Don't want it. Don't have to do it, Phil. Hit fairways. You know, look what Tiger Woods is doing, developing the fadeaway jump shot. It's not all Michael Jordan dunks now. You've got to develop an ability to downshift, Phil. Hit bombs, that's a nice T-shirt. Hit fairways, and you'll start winning again.
Oh, can't teach a new old dog new tricks there, Damon. I'm afraid I'm going to disagree with you on this one. Phil Mickelson, he plays for the excitement. He plays for taking the driver out when it's not necessary. I think that's a part of his DNA. I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't want him to start hitting fairways. I want him to stay true to himself off the tee.
I don't know. Maybe if he renamed fairways bombs and then he was hitting bombs, it would translate into better golf. But Phil's mantra, today being his 50th birthday, is pretty simple. It's you got to stay regular after turning 50. And I know what you guys think. It's not what you think. Regular PGA Tour is where he's got to stay after turning 50 and not go on to PGA Tour champions. This is a guy that is an all-time great, and he's stronger and obviously fitter than he ever has been. And yes, played poorly with a couple little exceptions in the last couple of years, but there's too much talent inside Phil to just fade away and go out and try to take on Bernard Langer and Scott McCarron. He's got unfinished business on the PGA Tour, the regular PGA Tour. So, yeah, staying regular for Phil after 50 is going to be very, very important for him and for the rest of us, because we want to see regular Phil.
Yeah. Yes, we do, and we apologize to our viewers who are a little confused right now. But I know what you mean, Robert Dameron, and I think he has the talent, clearly, and the ability to continue to be a factor on the PGA Tour. We saw him play very well at Pebble and very well in Saudi Arabia before the 13-week hiatus. So Phil is one of those unicorns who can play and compete and contend north of 50. Only a handful of players have been able to do it. We've talked about Sam Snead. We've talked about Tom Watson, Greg Norman, Raymond Floyd. Phil Mickelson is of that ilk. He belongs in that conversation. I'd love to see him competing with the likes of Justin Thomas and Rory McIlroy for a few more months, if not years.
I agree. Staying regular, Phil, that leads me nicely onto my mantra, which is just never change. You do you, Phil Mickelson. Never start caring what people think about you, because that has turned you into the genius that you are, I think would be my mantra. Whether it's the body transformations, the fireside chats, activating those calves, the questionable office workday shirts, the high kick commercials. There's something about Phil that just inspires you because he has this thirst for knowledge. His golf IQ is through the roof. He inspires younger generations. He has this charitable, huge arm to him. But I know, Paige, you said you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but I feel like Phil just approaches golf still like a puppy. He sees it as a whole world of opportunity. There's so much adventure out there. There's no sign of slowing down. He has this thirst for life, which is why we shouldn't see him on the PGA Tour Champions yet. He belongs on the PGA Tour. He wants to keep growing, and going into his 50s, I can't see him slowing down anytime soon.
No, in fact, we might see a Benjamin Button transformation where he just starts to get younger and younger. Because as the players that come onto the tour continue to be that much younger than him, he still manages to play those money games with the players, still manages to be inspired by what they're doing differently. So I appreciate what you're saying too, because I agree. Don't change, Phil.
Yeah, happy birthday, Phil Mickelson. Never dim your light. That is our message from Morning Drive to you.